Stop doing things to feel good. I'm Brian Withers, empowerment coach, trainer, and author. Well, if you're doing things to feel good, that's a conditional feel good, and because natural feel good is unconditional. And so if you are using conditions to feel good, then you absolutely have to be in some amount of low vibration. And if you are, then that is something that is going to block you from receiving the satisfying flow of life that you want in all ways. So let's look at this, because this is a really important thing to understand. And as I go through this, just see how you fit in here with the high vibration life, which is the unconditional feel-good life, or do you have a lot of conditions in your life that you use to feel good? See, a very different thing. And it's because of faulty beliefs, it's very easy for us to live a conditional life, artificial feel-good. So I'm going to go into all of that in this video here. But let me start off with this natural life that we came to live. You see, this green line is our natural high vibration, unconditional feel-good life. And when you feel good unconditionally, then of course it just flows naturally, automatic. We know that from the creative process, the natural flow, how that cycle works. But faulty beliefs lead us down this different path, that we come out of alignment with our true unconditional feel good. But as pure positive energy beings at source, we want to feel good. So we do things to feel good. And it's conditional. And it is when we do that, then we often cause ourselves a lot of resistance. And resistance, of course, gets in the way of us receiving the things that we want. So let's look at what the natural way of life is. And it is this. I know that when I focus in a way that feels good all day long on all subjects and matters, everything I want flows into my experience in an effortless and inspired action way. And I know I can focus in a good feeling way at any time, regardless of conditions. Now think about that. That is complete and total empowerment, because you're not dependent on anything or anyone for anything. You can feel good anytime, no matter what the conditions are. And the thing that lets you do that, and you knew it coming in, but the intellectual understanding of it as a human being is the creative process. It tells us the cycle of contrast and create and allow and manifest and receive. And when you know that cycle, you just know that when you are focused in positive feeling ways, you understand contrast, so you can focus on that positively. You understand the expansion, so you can focus on that positively. You understand yourself, so you can focus on yourself positively. You understand others, so you can focus on them positively. You understand your past, you can focus on that positively. So you can focus positively on absolutely every aspect of your life, and it doesn't even matter what the conditions are. You could be in a job that you don't like. You could have things going on in your relationship. You could have a business and there's issues going on there. You could be having a health issue, and it doesn't matter. It does not matter what the condition is. When you are living this unconditional, high vibration life, you do not care about the condition. It does not dictate to you. It does not control you. You know what it is. You know how it fits in with everything, with your vibration and with the creative process. And you just stay at ease and you focus your mind accordingly. And then everything moves back into the way that you moves forward. Let's say it moves forward is a better way to say that. Everything moves forward to what you want it to be, because contrast is natural, and you know that. So your life is actually in a joyous expansion cycle. So whenever anything, anytime it's not the way you want it, you can be sure that the wanted version is ready for you to receive. And when you know that in such a solid way, you're just at ease in your day. Nothing bothers or upsets you. You're just unconditionally happy. I'm happy because I know how life works. I'm happy because I know who I am. I'm happy because I know how this universe is supporting me. Nothing is ever wrong or bad or gone off the rails in any way. I understand it from that broader perspective. Now, if you don't understand the creative process, what I just said is probably not going to feel right to you in some way, because you're going to look at the world and you're going to say, Brian, how can you say that? And if you're standing at the bottom of the hill, you can't see the perspective that from the top of the hill you can see. So until you get to the top of the hill, you're not going to understand some of these things that I say. And the creative process takes you right to the top of the hill. It gives you the broader perspective. It shows you why things are happening as they are, how you're part of all of that with your vibration, and how you can change your focus so that you can move forward into the preferred experience that you want. You can move forward into the healthy body. You can move forward into the smooth running business operation. You can move forward into relationships that are flowing in very positive ways. You can move into friendships and jobs and anything. You can move forward into these things, and you know it because you know that's the way that the creative process is set up, and that's the way of life. So when you're living up here, you go through life relaxed and at ease, and knowing everything is all set up for you and the goodness of who you are and how life works. And so it's all unconditional. You're really not fazed by any conditions. You don't get upset or bothered by them when you restore to that natural high vibration place that we came to live in. However, because of faulty beliefs, we get into much of this. We live much of this down here. So let me just go through this. Before I do that, let me just say this. We want to stop doing things to feel good. We want to start doing things because we do feel good. We want to do things from a place of feeling good about ourselves and about life. We already feel secure. We already feel the love within us. We already know the truth of the flow of natural abundance, how it's effortless. We already have our worthiness. We have all those pieces. We're not trying to get any of that. We're not going into the world to get any of that. It's all within us, and it all flows to us as we are feeling good. And when we know this, of course, we're feeling good. See, it's a self-perpetuating system of feel good. When you know how it works, you feel good. And when you feel good, you let it work. And that is natural life. So we want to stop doing things to feel good and start doing things because we do feel good. So a good test here that you can ask yourself is, am I doing things for what it's going to get me, or am I doing things because of how it feels? So let me use a simple example. You go to the gym. Are you going to the gym because you want to puff yourself up, because you want to bulk yourself up, because you want to pretty yourself up so that you can be more attractive, more appealing to others, more acceptable, more validated? Or are you going because it just feels good to you to go? You go for you. You look forward to going. You enjoy being there. And when you leave, you feel very satisfied that you went. And you're not relating it to, okay, now I'm more presentable to anybody. That doesn't even enter your mind. It's like, I'm good. I'm good just who I am and how I am. And this feels good to me for who I am and who I am. I'm not doing it for any other reason than because it feels good to me. Because it feels good to me. Not to get feeling good for some external reason. So there's a good little test that you can run on yourself when you are doing things. Ask yourself, am I doing this because it's going to get me something? Is it going to get me security? Is it going to get me to feel like I'm in control of my life? Is it going to get me worthiness? Is it going to get me abundance and validated? See, now, if the answer is yes, now you're living a conditional life. And you're not really in charge because you don't control outside conditions. Those are all manifestations. You do control how you feel. So if you're doing the things because it feels good, as I gave you in that gym example, then it's all good. That's high vibration stuff. This is a high vibration life. But if you're doing anything you're doing, no matter if it's work related, if it's relationship related, it doesn't matter what it's related to. If you're doing it because you're trying to secure your life, or to say that in a different way, you're doing it because you don't want to feel insecure. If you're doing it to feel like you're in control of your life, or the other way, you don't want to feel out of control of your life. If you're doing it to feel abundance and get abundance versus feeling lack, if you're doing it to be validated for approval, or you're trying to avoid fear or loneliness or worry, see, now that's all conditional. Your whole focus is on the outside world, trying to achieve something in the outside world so that you can feel good. And that's this you trying to make up for not feeling unconditionally good, but you want to feel good, so you use artificial feel good. This is all artificial feel good. I don't feel good about me in life, so I will find things to do that make me feel good about me in life. And so what do we do then? We get into artificial feel good. We get into substances, maybe alcohol, drugs, even food, even though food is something that we use, but it can be used as a thing to feel good. So it can be used in a way that's low vibration versus a natural way. Objects, money, and material items, they can be used in a way to get you to feel good about yourself and about life. Whereas up here, you just know you have unlimited access to unlimited abundance. Anytime you can let it flow at any level. You don't feel any need whatsoever to stockpile anything or to get any certain amount of anything. You just know that life causes you to ask, and when you feel good, it's going to flow, and abundance is part of that. It'll flow to you. Other things that we do. So relationships, sex, love, relationships, that whole thing. A lot of times people get into those, get that all going as a way to feel good. And then when you do that, then there's dependency. And there's dependency on all this stuff. When you start using something or behaving in a certain way to feel good, then you risk being addicted to that. You risk being dependent on that for that feel good, because we do want to feel good. And if we don't know how to do it unconditionally, then we are absolutely going to find a way to do it conditionally. And that's the basis of addictions and dependencies. And it happens everywhere in our life if that's the way we're living. So behaviors like gambling and work. Work can be a very joyful, fulfilling, part of our gifts and talents kind of thing. Or we could be working in a way that we're trying to make things happen, and we're trying to secure ourselves, and we're trying to feel worthy about ourselves, and we're trying to secure abundance and be validated. So work can be used as a condition to feel good. And again, we're trying to close that gap. We're trying to get back to our natural feel good. But these artificial methods will never put us there. There's only one thing that will ever put you in your natural place of feel good. And that's unconditional feel good. That's feel good without any conditions in this physical world. It's just the knowing. It's the absolute knowing why you came here and how it's all set up for you, and that you're naturally valuable and important, and it's all set up to work out for you. And the contrast naturally causes you to ask. It's the expansions given as you feel good. You're going to receive it. It's just an effortless cycle. We're down here, there's nothing but effort going on. It's effort. Always wondering, is there enough done? Do I got to do more? Is it going to stay or is it going to leave? Fear, worry, doubt, it's all in there. Worthiness, validation. It's just a lifetime of trying to keep yourself in a place where you feel like you're in control and you're secure and you can look after yourself and you can have some things that you want, and you're just using different things to feel good. And when you can't find one way to feel good, so if you're not having money, say, to feel good, and you don't have a relationship, so you're not feeling good out of there, then maybe you're going to resort to some kind of substance. And maybe you might even have money, but you lack fulfillment in another way in your life. So now you turn to, say, drugs of some sort, street drugs, to kind of fill this void. You see the void in here between artificial feel-good and natural feel-good? This is a void, and we try to fill it. And if money doesn't fill it, and I know people who got money, lots of money, and it doesn't fill this void. And so they resort to other things to try to fill this void. So just to let you know, money is not the secret to life. It really isn't. Only vibration is. Only unconditional feel-good is. Nothing can even come close to it. Other things that we even get addicted to negativity. We could be in self-pity, could be in the pity party, right? As a way to actually get some feel-good, like feeling sorry for yourself, that kind of thing. People actually go there as a way to actually get some kind of satisfaction, out of feeling that way, and justified. I'm justified in feeling this way. Life is unfair. It's terrible. And my only recourse is this kind of emotional behavior, and all it's about is actually trying to close the gap. Really, a very ineffective way to try to close this gap of between artificial feel good and natural feel good, so that we can be in this place. But when you're up here on this green line in your natural life, you see all the manifestations are a byproduct. So if you're using manifestation techniques and you're trying to figure out how to manifest things, you're living down here. You're living in a conditional, low vibration life when you're trying to manifest things. You're trying to use the law of attraction. You're trying to use techniques. You're trying to make it happen one way or another. You're trying to make it happen. You're doing it to, what did we say? You're doing it for what it's going to get you, not because of how it feels. You're doing it because of how what it's going to get you. So you want to feel good unconditionally up here. This is your natural life. And down here, you want to feel good, but you only know how to get to feel good through conditional methods. And that's what faulty beliefs have done to us. They haven't allowed us to know that we can feel good, that life is easy, for example. That life is easy, it's effortless. We're naturally worthy, we can have anything we want. You could say money does grow on trees. Actually, in a metaphorical way, it does. It'll fall from the sky. It'll come at you like an avalanche if you tune to it, if you live this life up here. But even if it does, that doesn't mean you're going to be fulfilled, because you got the 4 quadrants of life. You got relationships, your health, and you got your vocation, that daily thing of expressing your gifts and talents and feeling engaged in life in a way that's fun and enjoyable. And you want all 4 of those. That's what a fulfilling life is, all 4 of those. And the only place you can get that is up here in unconditional feel good. This conditional world will not let you achieve that. So you want to stop doing things to feel good. It's a low vibration life that could lead you into addictions of various kinds, artificial feel good, and it's going to be hard on you. There's going to be resistance in that. And then, of course, what do we get? We get this. It affects our health, takes our health out of balance when we're having resistance in our energy. Our health will interfere with our health. Will interfere with the cells of our body doing what they know how to do, and then all of a sudden we get an ailment and we think, oh, there's something wrong with our body. We've got to get somebody to fix it, and that's not even true at all. That's more a misunderstanding. What we got to do is we got to get to unconditional feel good and get our life, all the things about our life, in a place where we're feeling good about them, because we understand that everything is evolving, and if something is not the way we want it in our life, some matter of our life, that we can receive the expanded version of it in a very natural way, very effortless way. And when we feel that ease of life, that optimism of life, that natural optimism, and we're feeling good at ease, peace, calm, now we've got the resistance out of our body, and that's all going to come up, and we're going to feel good. We're going to be back into our healthy state. So you see, it's really interesting to have this broader perspective of knowing what's happened to us, what's happened to humanity, how we're living, and why the things that we want are not coming easily to us. And then we try to use all these different things and artificial ways to feel good, and none of it works. The only place, this is what I'm teaching you, unconditional feel good. And anything else you do to try to feel good, I mean, even people hear about that high vibration, feeling good is the way to life. So now they're looking for ways, well, how do I feel good? How do I feel good? And it's an unconditional thing. It's not something you do. It's something you be, and you be it because you know how life works. You know who you are from that broadest perspective of the universe, of the way the universe is set up, and so much of this, all of this, goes away, and then you just live on your natural high vibration life. So I'm going to leave it there for today, and if you have any questions, leave them on the post. Thanks for listening in, and enjoy your day.